Hello, welcome back to Chat About It, Don't Shout About It with me, Rachel, the Queen of the Woke. And I definitely must be the Queen of the Woke because apparently, by the way, I was crowned by one of my haters, but apparently Kathleen Kennedy is no longer woke, or is not woke, I should actually say. This one is very interesting. Forget South Park. Lucasfilm Kathleen Kennedy is no woke warrior, insists industry insider. Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy is often criticized as some kind of woke warrior, but Hollywood industry insider Matthew Belloni insists she isn't. Did I say his name right? I have no idea. Hollywood industry insider Matthew Belloni insisted Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy, often a subject of criticism in the Star Wars fandom, is no woke warrior, despite pumping out the women through the franchise left, right, and centre, and essentially rewriting a series to revolve around women. But there you go. Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy has come in for some heavy criticism in some corners of the Star Wars fandom, considered responsible for supposedly woke Disney projects. Even South Park mocked Kathleen Kennedy in a special called Joining the Pandaverse. Put a chick in it, make it lemon gay or something like that, wasn't it? Which is essentially what she's done. Now, Hollywood insider Matthew Belloni has directly addressed these claims, which he insists aren't accurate, as he explains on his The Town podcast. But Kathleen Kennedy is not. That whole South Park thing was funny, but it wasn't accurate. Right, so it's funny. Okay. So you certainly laughed at it. Within Disney, she's not known as the woke warrior. She kind of has to be convinced, from everything I've been told, she kind of has to be convinced to do this stuff. Kind of. It's either she is or she isn't. There shouldn't really be any kind of behind it. It must be noted that Belloni is no fan of Kennedy, but in his view, this whole argument is nonsense. As he notes, there has never been a female director of a Star Wars movie, including in the Disney era. I don't think she's gone overboard on the diversity stuff. I could have sworn that there was a female director prior to Kathleen Kennedy taking over. Okay, right. Anyway, well, we'll just unwrite that. In truth, it's difficult to evaluate whether Star Wars is truly woke under Kennedy. It doesn't help that the term is infamously difficult to pin down. Is it, though? Because the technical definition of woke is recognizing social injustices and acting upon them, doing something actively for it. And, well, saying that there's been no female director and then obviously realizing that's a potential social injustice, realizing that, the Star Wars female characters haven't always been so face-forwarding, prominent, or whatever, and then acting upon it, even though, we do have big female characters in Star Wars prior to Kathleen Kennedy taking over. Oh my goodness. So essentially, she is no woke warrior. Now, I would say that she has taken the franchise from George Lucas and taken a big SH1T over it. That's what I think, okay? So, I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I watched the films, the first 3, and then the 3 after that, and then I saw the last no, I didn't see The Last Jedi. What was the one before it? The Force Awakens. And I noped out after The Force Awakens. So I kind of liked it enough to go to the cinema to watch it, or to, watch the originals at home at least once. But I didn't like it enough to keep going to the cinema when things got bad, and I didn't go and see The Last Jedi. And from what I understand from fans, Kathleen's not followed the plan that George Lucas had essentially laid out for her. And in my opinion, with all the things that you see on the screen that happens within these films, she's the head honcho. Everything that happens in these films have to be a well decided by her, but also run by her as well. And she has to sign off on that. And I personally think that she has more of an input than what this is making out to be. Because she has to decide the direction that it's going in, right? I dropped off the radar with Star Wars years ago, but I do understand what it's like to have a series that you love being taken and dumped over in that way. It's not very nice. It's a middle finger to fans. And yes, I understand that things change, but whether or not things change for the better sometimes remains to be seen, right? And by the sounds of everything that's gone on with Star Wars, whilst I enjoyed the, you know, first load of films well enough to watch them at least once, I didn't enjoy The Last Jedi enough to no, not The Last Jedi, The Force Awakens enough to come back and watch The Last Jedi, and then all of the others that have happened since then. And to say that something isn't woke, well, people call me the queen of the woke because I take on the social injustices, I guess you could say. I don't care, but that is what it is. But if I'm considered woke, then Kathleen Kennedy is definitely woke. And that's what I think. What do you think? Well, chat about it. Don't shout about it. And I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.